Hi, my name is Israel. I'm currently in Ogapoque, Santa Fe, Nuevo Mexico. I work with the Alas de Agua Art Collective. I'm the artist director. We co-founded this organization which is trying to do murals in town for the community. Alas de Agua in and of itself means wings of water. We want to just be that life force for people, and we also want to be wings for people. We want them to dream big, because in our communities we have constantly been colonized and shortchanged and to think small.
My name is Dr. Christina M. Castro. I am Jemez Pueblo, Taos Pueblo, Chicana, and Achaman. If you look at the history of colonialism and all the ways that the tools that they use to break down a people, it's always the breaking down of the family structure, whether it's boarding school, relocation program in the 50s through the 70s, removal off the land into a reservation. All of that, at the root of it, it's a breakdown of family and community.
Now, when I look at New Mexico specifically, you see one of the least white states in the country. You also see a state where most extractive industry is centered. White supremacism is the driving force behind ecological devastation, right? And so it's not an issue of racial violence coinciding with environmental violence. It's the fact that environmental violence is racial violence, and racial violence often manifests as environmental violence.
Three Sisters was begin to create a safe space for Indigenous women, femmes, and their families in this town that is very extractive of Indigenous people, culture-wise, labor-wise, and in a bunch of different ways. We highlight gentrification, we highlight mutual aid, and of course our artwork.
I think New Mexico and the Southwest in general are both an example, and then also a real warning about the racialized nature of environmental pollution. In ecological destruction, they're saying the animals, the plants, the lives in this place, the lives of this species, are not as important as human lives, and so we can develop them out of existence. And during gentrification, they're saying the lives of these brown or black people, of these poor people, aren't the same as us, our wealthy white lives, and so we have the right to develop them out of existence. It's the same ideological process, and it's based in the same things. Fracking is a system that is only possible because its costs, its earthquakes, its stillbirths, its pollution are being offloaded into primarily indigenous communities. And so the white American public doesn't perceive that as the, mass murder that it is.
When we were able to get this space about a year ago, we always envisioned that the space would lead to land, but COVID made everything go fast forward because we couldn't actually be in our physical space. We went back to our roots of being outdoors and doing murals, and also because our work with other organizations like İYouthWorks, we were able to start this conversation around, well, we need to access land for everybody. And the beauty of that process, we're able to get involved with the county, and we're able to get involved with Reunity resources.
So Tuesday was actually my first day I've ever been on the forum. Pretty cool, since it was our first day. We started from the bottom, the different personalities in plants. They told us they're people, and they kind of are, because they're picky, believe it or not. They're really picky about where they want to be planted and how deep they want to be planted, how much water is needed, and how much sunlight, and it's all really cool, and I'd love to learn about all that.
The prayer that I'm always praying for is the activation of our memory, our ancestral memory and our current memory, to be really present with what we have, with who we are, and all our lineages, and our relationship to the Mother Earth, and our relationship to water.